Let's take a look at our Hewlett-Packard starting lineups now. And first for the Texas Longhorns, Felix and Holland in the backcourt. Up front, it's Holmes, Lambert, and Cameron Ridley. Meanwhile, for Kevin Ollie, no Rodney Purvis. He is out with a high ankle sprain. Terrence Samuel gets the start. Boatwright and Hamilton join him in the backcourt, and it's Facey and Brima up front. Kevin Ollie is third year as the head coach. Kevin Ollie is third year as the head coach. The defending national champs. We get set to go here at Campbell. And Texas wins the tip. So the Longhorns on the road. One of the things Rick Barnes has talked about, his team over the last couple of seasons, they need to be better on the road, and it's a tall task trying to pick up a win here today. Felix will be the guy running the point. That foot injury caused him not to play last game against St. Francis, as Andy mentioned. Holland trying to feed inside, and they turn it over. His intended target was Ridley. Kevin Ollie, as mentioned, a former player at UConn. 12th different coach to win a national title at his alma mater. Feed in, Brima going to work. And the jump hook is short, but an offensive rebound tracked down by Facey. He had 7 of them in their loss against West Virginia.
Well, just a really good start for UConn defensively in that half court, forcing a turnover, and then they're going to go to Brima some early. Look to get him going. He gives up that strength advantage in the paint against Cameron Ridley, but they're going to need some scoring other than Ryan Boatwright if they're going to pull this upset.
Pull up there, and Boatwright hits. He leads them at 20 points a game, their only senior. Ridley backing down, and his jump hook is long, and a rebound there by Facey. Boatwright lightning quick. Where do you see the scoring coming from besides Boatwright?
Well, the one player, Daniel Hamilton, the freshman wing, he's done a really good job averaging in double figures. He's somebody that's going to have to score the basketball. We see him coming off those screens.
When he gets fouled by Holmes, it'll be 3 free throws for Daniel Hamilton.
You have to be ready to guard screening action when you go up against Conneticut. They run their guards off of a lot of screens, whether it's along the baseline, whether it's along the elbow area, and that's just a poor job by Jonathan Holmes, the senior, of fouling the jump shooter. He was going to get a clean look at it. You want to get a good contest, but not put him to the line.
So here's the freshman from Los Angeles. And one of his brothers, a connection to Texas, is Jordan Hamilton, played at Texas for Rick Barnes.
You know, this matchup coming in on paper, you talk so much about the size of Texas in front court and how is UConn going to handle Rick Barnes' crew and the size. Texas has got to handle UConn's speed, their team speed. We've seen Boatwright already, his ability to get into the lane against their defense.
Felix handling here. And now a feed inside, Lambert. And they get a foul, I believe it'll be on Facey. Indeed it will. So Kent Facey, the sophomore from Jamaica, picks up his first. Philip Nolan will check in, and Facey will sit. They've been playing 7 guys about 24 minutes a game or more, and now with no Purvis, there's even more pressure.
Even more pressure, and players like Phil Nolan are going to have to step up and be ready to play against this front court. Pick and pop, we're going to see that. We're going to see that with Lambert. We're going to see that with Turner. You have to be sound in your pick and roll defense with their shooting bigs, and Lambert's one of them.
He's got a pretty good mid-range touch. He stepped out a little farther and hit the 3 there. So 1-point game just getting started here in Stores. Are you surprised that no Holland on Felix? Or I should say no Holland on Boatwright?
I was a little surprised. In talking with Rick Barnes yesterday at practice. They weren't making the start. Holland is a terrific one-on-one defender, and I thought he'd get the start on Boatwright. But I think Texas, their belief is in their team defense. As we see the double team on Ridley, UConn going to that. They think as a team defensively they can corral Boatwright.
Kick up ahead in Hamilton. Weaving his way through. Couldn't hit, but he picks up his own miss and he'll start it over. Samuel, step back.
He's got to shoot that. He's got to shoot that, particularly against this front court. You go into the lane, you're not getting all the way to the rim if you're Terrence Samuel. Kevin Ollie's instructing right now. He's on the court. He's telling him, you've got to jump stop if you go in there and look to pull up. He's got a clean look right here. You got to shoot that. You have got to shoot that against this defense. They're so tough in defending the rim, and now you've got a turnover.
4-3 UConn. And there's Holmes. Oh, and he's blocked by Brima. That's what he does, guards the rim. Amina Brima. Boatwright rejected at the other end by Miles Turner, who's checked in. Holmes a three. Jonathan Holmes so far this season from beyond the three-point line is now 10 of 15.
It takes a little bit to get it off. He's not a quick trigger shooter, but he has been lights out from beyond the arc. And that's just a miscommunication from UConn defensively out of their double team rotation.
Holmes, their best player, versatile. Brima on Turner. Texas on a 6-0 run. Felix will try. Samuel on the go, and Holmes comes away with it.
You've already seen it. There's going to be nothing easy at the rim. You think there's going to be something, there's not. Either way, both teams have great guys in the front court that are going to make you pay if you go in there soft.
Program has more than 5 in the last 20 years. So it really does underscore how much UConn athletics in men's and women's basketball has dominated the sport.
Well, the men's run last year as a 7 seed, first 7 seed to win it all. Kevin Ollie's team going 32-8 and knocking off Kentucky for the national title.
Coming out of this timeout, Texas goes a little 2-3 zone just to change the pace, disrupt the rhythm for UConn offensively a little bit.
Sam Cassell Jr. is checked into the game. Shot clock winding down, and he stepped on the baseline. It's a turnover. Third turnover on the Huskies. So again, we talked about Kevin Ollie and lack of depth and other players having to step up. Cassell into the game. Raheem Lubin into the game as well. They double team Felix. Holmes is able to get it in.
Sam Cassell Jr. really the only perimeter sub that Kevin Ollie has at his disposal, with Purvis being out, Omar Calhoun still out with that meniscus. He did go through his first full practice yesterday, so his return is imminent, but not available for today's game.
Kendall Yancey in the game for the Longhorns. Turner. Rebound inside. Holmes wouldn't go, and he gets his miss. Felix a three. Look at Holmes. All that work down low. They go to the possession arrow. It belongs to UConn.
Oh, you said it. I mean, how can you not love Jonathan Holmes? I mean, he pops off the tape when you watch this Texas team play because of everything that he does. Right now, he slid from the 3 position to the 4 position. So he starts at the 3 position, gives Texas an incredible size advantage. But as you can see, when he goes to the 4, they lose absolutely nothing when it comes to energy on the glass.
They're coming off meniscus surgery in the offseason. He actually lost about 20-25 pounds, wanted to play a little lighter, knew he'd be asked to play more 3 this year. He is a versatile player, Jonathan Holmes. Clock under 10. Hamilton will try. Way off the mark. Kick up ahead, and a finger roll is good from Holland. Kevin Ollie calls timeout. Break on the court, 30 seconds. We'll be right back.
End result. It's not Isaiah Taylor flying up the court. It's Felix passing ahead, and Holland runs those wings hard.
Mentioned at the top of the broadcast by Andy Katz, Isaiah Taylor out after that broken left wrist suffered November 20th against Iowa. That was in Madison Square Garden. He's one of their top players. They're not sure when he will return. Boatwright navigating through traffic into the paint. Tried to feed inside, and it's taken away. Yancey now. Yancey has it stripped. Boatwright, and nope, out of bounds. Texas basketball.
And one of the things that Ryan Boatwright has to be aware of is when he drives under that basket, not getting closed down like he did there. He's so good at breaking people down and getting into the lane. But the unforced error there by Boatwright underneath the basket, he's got to keep that dribble alive and dribble through.
Felix had a good look at it, but Felix not able to hit. He's missed his last 5 shots. The freshman Hamilton puts it on the floor and gets the roll.
I like that take. I like that take. Aggressive size advantage with Felix guarding you. Nice play there by the freshman.
And they're going to travel. It's a turnover. 4 on Texas. Longhorns won the 2K Classic at Madison Square Garden. Went to the NCAA tourney last year, lost in the 3rd round. Under Rick Barnes, they've been to the NCAA tournament 15 times in 16 years. This is year number 17 for Barnes. That's from deep. And Sam Cassell Jr. missed the rim. Up ahead. Great work inside DeMarcus Holland, and Texas really pushing it.
He runs the lane so hard, and if you run the lane hard, whether you're a post or you're a wing, eventually you're going to get clean looks, and he's gotten 2 really good looks just by the fact of when the ball changes possession, Holland is sprinting down the court.
Boatwright, ball fake, and then contested shot. That one swatted back out by Nolan. Facey at the rim, rejected there by Turner, his second. Talking to Rick Barnes pregame, and he said, look, we want to push the pace. We like to get out and go, and you've seen it even on makes. There's a takeaway. Hamilton the other way, and the throwdown.
That's why UConn has to run. They have to run off turnovers. They have to run off missed shots. We've seen how difficult it is in a grind, half-court defensively, with Texas protecting the rim.
And Turner fouled inside by Philip Nolan. Texas by 4.
The offense has to come on this our feast week last week with so many great tournaments, but that Kentucky-Texas matchup this Friday, I mean, the Longhorns are one of the few teams in the country that can look Kentucky eye to eye from 1 through 5 and match up. Now, it will hurt them. They don't have Isaiah Taylor and his burst and his ability, but what a matchup in the front courts. Miles Turner, Karl Towns. It's going to be a good one in Lexington.
Turner hits both free throws. Rated the number 2 recruit in the ESPN 100. Number 2 in the country behind Jaleel Okafor. Turner not starting, but playing starters minutes. And he has made an impact already, averaging 12.7 rebounds on the season. Primus sets the screen. A foul on Texas. So we mentioned it over on ESPN at 1 o'clock, the Orlando Classic Championship game. And again, 1 Eastern, number 11 Kansas, number 20 Michigan State. Down there in Lake Buena Vista.
Travis Trice has had a great start to the season for Michigan State. I mean, his numbers have absolutely jumped in his senior year. And how about Cliff Alexander for Kansas? He had his best offensive game in the semifinal win from one freshman to another in Daniel Hamilton, and he is providing that. We asked who's going to help Ryan Boatwright in this matchup, and Hamilton has been great early on, 9 of UConn's 11.
He's got 9 of their 11, as you said, and averaging a little over 13. Turner, ball fake, and then the shot long, and it's out of bounds. That one goes off of Sam Cassell Jr., Texas basketball.
Somebody's going to have to step up, be ready to catch and shoot in the zone. You only have a couple moments. You see the closeout right there from Texas. These UConn players, whether it's Cassell, whether it's Hamilton, whether it's Samuel, active and ready to shoot off the ball when opportunity comes.
Feed inside. Prince Ebay is fouled. Ebay, another of their bigs between Ebay and Turner and Ridley and Lambert. You mentioned matching up against Kentucky. They got a ton of size.
And their bigs can do different things. You know, we've seen Lambert hit the three-point shot. Miles Turner also has three-point range. Cameron Ridley gives you a back-to-the-basket guy. Ebay's strength is on the defensive end of the floor. He can block shots, and he's really good in ball screen defense. So depending on the matchup, depending on foul situation, Rick Barnes has a ton of big guys he can go to.
Gets the second, a high arcing free throw from Prince Ebay. I think this is where it'll be interesting when Ryan Boatwright is not on the court for UConn. Hamilton launches again. Lambert the ball. Boatwright averages a little over 36 minutes a game, so he will not be off the court very much today. Lambert tries another. Couldn't hit this time. And a rebound pulled down by Vasey, and then Lambert the steal. Holmes a three. Big swing right there.
He's 11 for 16 on the year. He's just been outstanding from beyond the arc. When he has time to step into his three and he has his rhythm, Jonathan Holmes has been lights out this season. What a backbreaker, right? I mean, you get another stop. Yeah, I was just going to say, I got to believe Ryan Boatwright's ready to check in because this team needs just an infusion of energy on the offensive end of the floor.
Cassell just beyond the free throw line. Rebound Samuel, and they'll start it over. And the Boatwright ready to check back in. Feed to Facey. Spins it home. Texas on the season, they've been brilliant defensively. Opposition averaging about 30% from the floor and scoring just over 52 points a game. Samuel rebounds the miss. Hamilton the lob, and then Brima couldn't finish. Holland weaving through and lays it in. DeMarcus Holland averages 8, and he's got 8. Fans wanted a foul at this end of the court. Thought Brima got hit on that lob attempt.
Well, the problem was there that the players wanted a foul too, and they stopped playing. I mean, they stopped playing transition defense, and Holland's able to get a layup.
Ebay the rejection. 7-point lead for Texas. I mean, that's the fantasy, right? You go out there at half court, you got to have friends in the stands, knock it down. Cassell gets the first 6-point game here in Storrs. John Shambi, Karen Lawson, Andy Katz. Of course, Sam's dad, tremendous career in the NBA, currently an assistant with the Clippers. He played forever, from 93 to 08, part of those Rockets championship teams. Played his college ball at Florida State.
Played against Kevin Ollie for a long time, and Sam was getting guys with that back down baseline fadeaway J for a long time, well into his 30s. He still tries to get guys in warm-ups.
5-point game here at Gamble. Feed from Lambert, and that one deflected. And Don Daly says it'll go the other way. Good group of officials we have here. DeRosa, Daly, and Jerry Pollard. Look at Kevin Ollie urging his team on defending.
so active over there, especially on the defensive end, shouting out instructions.
And that one out of bounds. Well, story here. Daniel Hamilton with 9 points, the freshman for UConn. He's kept them in this game. No Rodney Purvis for UConn. He's out with a high ankle sprain he suffered in that West Virginia loss. Shot clock winding down. Boatwright. Oh! Ryan Boatwright knocks it down and then gets knocked down. He's got 5.
And that was as good as you can get defensively from Texas. Boatwright just makes it an unbelievable shot.
A good early season road test for Rick Barnes' team. Meanwhile, Kevin Ollie's group trying to bounce back from their loss in Puerto Rico. Felix finally able to knock it down from beyond the arc.
Felix can go. I mean, he's not just a table setter as a point guard. He can really score the basketball. He'll shoot behind screens. He'll pull up and make some J's. So you have to be honest when you're playing him on the perimeter.
He gets a chance to start with Isaiah Taylor out. Boatwright. Shot clock under 10. Boatwright looking for some help. Launching. And that's short. That one off Lambert, and it'll stay with UConn.
I'm not sure there was possession there enough to reset the shot clock. That's what they're going to check out, I think.
So they're going to go over and they're going to put the shot clock at 2. Joe DeRosa saying, there's Joe, former NBA official, outstanding college referee, along with Don Daly and Jerry Pollard.
Watch Boatwright go in and then out, especially on short clock. UConn likes to do that. Get the basketball in his hands. He gets one up.
And then gets the miss. And then into the backcourt after the deflection, and UConn will set it back up. Felix hits the floor. Hamilton feeds into Bryma. Bryma rejected there. eBay able to get a piece of that one. Now up ahead, and it's Holmes. Lost the handle. You get near the rim, both ends, you get to deal with a big body.
Nothing. You're not getting anything. That's why those baskets by Holland, by DeMarcus Holland in Texas, out in transition, UConn's got to get back and set their defense. They had 3 guys sprint back that time, and they were able to thwart Texas's transition attempt.
Texas already with 4 blocks. They average a little over 7 feet inside Bryma, and they get eBay with the foul.
You have an elite defense, you have to have a couple factors. One of those is interior defense. And Texas is able to keep the integrity of their defense by not doubling because they have Prince eBay, because they have a guy like Cameron Ridley. They don't have to double. They don't have to double size in the paint. Everyone can stay home, and that enables them to play great defense on that end of the floor.
Rick Barnes said he was a little worried about how the bigs would play pick and roll, and would they be able to get in position to help. Right now, his team up by 5. We close in on 4 to go first half. Conneticut just 6 for 21 from the floor. That's about in line with what Texas does to the opposition. Boatwright, shot clock winding down, step back, that'll go, it's a 2.
The degree of difficulty of his shots, I mean, his 3 made field goals have all been tough. I don't think you can fault Texas defensively for any one of those makes. I mean, they have played really well, kept him in the pocket, corralled him, but he has just made some tough falling away jumpers.
Foul inside on UConn. Texas on the road, and here again is recruit for Rick Barnes. tell you, this Friday is going to be a lot of fun. Number 1 against number 7. At least that's what it will be as of now. Felix, that one off the mark. Boatwright up ahead. One-point game.
We talked there about Texas's defense. How about UConn's defense? Outside of them being a little loose in transition for a few possessions in this half, their half-court defense has been excellent, and they come out of that timeout with zone.
Turner gets double-teamed, looking for some help. I beg your pardon. That's Ridley. And they'll go to the possession arrow. It stays with Texas. That was Cameron Ridley who got tied up.
Great timing on the double team, and UConn has shown that their willingness to double team Texas's bigs on the low block.
And a shot clock violation. They didn't even see it.
That can't happen. I mean, that's your point guard.
Completely unaware.
That's Siobhan Felix. He's got to recognize that. He has to recognize the shot clock, that it's going down against that zone, and he does it. And UConn with an opportunity to take the lead here.
Under 2.5 to go here, first half. UConn on a 9-3 run. Boatwright hesitation. That one in and out. Turner the board. Holland started towards the rim and now finds a cutting Turner who flips it up and one. Great body control. Plus the foul, it'll go to the line.
How skilled is Miles Turner? I mean, that's what's just so impressive about him. Holland thought he was going to get another look at the basket. That's a good call. That's a good call. Miles Turner, you said it. Great body control, great touch. I mean, this is a young man that's 6'11". They just pulled off a Tony Parker floater.
Foul on Nolan, and that is his first. Turner coming off a 25-point, 10-rebound performance against St. Francis. A lot of people look at him as a one-and-done guy. I know a lot of NBA scouts here today.
That combination that he has at 6'11", he can shoot three-point shots. He's very intelligent. He's a great communicator on the back line of their defense. He just does a lot of things beyond his years, but he's still learning, he's still growing, and as he improves, this Texas team is going to be even more formidable on that back line.
Andy, you have more on Miles.
Yeah, over the summer when he got back from USA Basketball, Russell Spring and all, what you call that one?
Cassell finally able to knock it down.
Russell Springman, their assistant, told me that right when he got back from USA Basketball, he was in the gym immediately, and they are calling him one of the better gym rats they've seen of big men that they've had at Texas. Really impressed with his commitment to the game, his development, but they don't want to pressure him too much, which is a little different than the way they maybe handled Kevin Durant, and they were comparable in terms of the kind of hype that they had coming out of high school.
Well, Andy, I got a chance to talk with him yesterday, and I was so impressed with his maturity, his intelligence level. And there's people around the Texas program that say he is their best communicator as a freshman since TJ Ford. So that includes the aforementioned Kevin Durant and LaMarcus Aldridge. Just really impressed and think he's going to continue this ascent that he's shown in the first month of the season.
Under a minute to go, 1-point game. Turner swings Felix, and he's able to hit his second three of the half. Felix, 6 shots, 2 makes, and everything from beyond the arc. Got a 9-second differential shot clock to game clock. Boatwright with 9 points, Hamilton with 9 points. They've been the offensive story in this half for UConn. Hamilton the kick out, Cassell. Holland looking for space, knifing through, spins it home. 10 for DeMarcus Holland. Hamilton. And that's the way the first half ends. Texas by 6, and Texas in transition that you really look at. That's been the difference in this one. UConn basketball is Texas leads it by 6. Boatwright to handle. Hamilton short on that shot. Out of bounds. It'll stay with UConn. Daniel Hamilton with a good first half as he was able to finish with 9 points, 3 rebounds. Their outstanding freshman, top 30 recruit for Kevin Ollie. Boatwright going to work. Lammert helps. And now Samuel as they swing it back. Boatwright, no Shabazz Napier this year. It's his team. He's the leader. Samuel right at the rim, rejected, and they get an offensive foul. Lammert stepped in, and he took it.
You're not going to be able
Samuel last year played in 30 games, average about 9 minutes a game.
You know, you referenced not having Shabazz Napier, and that certainly hurts this team, but they also don't have Niels Giffey. They don't have DeAndre Daniels, who went out early as well. So, Hassan Chroma. I mean, they lost 4 of their top 5 scorers from a year ago. Ryan Boatwright, the only one of those guys returning.
Lammert kicks ahead to Felix as they feed inside. Ridley got great post position, and he gets fouled as he tried to go up and dunk it. Andy Katz, you get a chance to talk to Kevin Ollie at the break.
That's right, John, and he really wasn't upset about their half-court defense. It was more about their transition defense. He said, look, it's a simple game. We've got to stop them on the transition. Thought that they gave Holland way too many opportunities to obviously get down court and convert. So offensively was not as huge problem. It was more their transition defense. As for the leadership aspect that you mentioned about Ryan Boatwright, I could see it in the back hallway. He is that only senior. He's the guy that rallies this group together and really was getting them together before they got onto the court and say, look, we got to take control of this game here early in the second half.
I talked with Kevin Ollie about it as well. He said the connection to the lead guard. He said he learned it playing from Larry Brown, Jim Calhoun. He said if the coach is happy as the lead guard, you're happy. If the coach is mad as the lead guard, you're mad. You're like a married couple. Holland, kick up ahead. Couldn't reverse it, and now they'll go the other way. 4-point game.
I love what I've seen from Daniel Hamilton in today's game is how aggressive he's been. And at times he's floated here in the early part of his freshman year. He's been attacking. He understands that he needs to be aggressive on every single possession offensively. That's something the coaching staff has been trying to get him to be.
Boatwright over Felix, short, Lammert the board. Hamilton tracks down the board, and it's UConn on the move. The Huskies have won 44 straight non-conference games here at Campbell. Packed house as per usual here on Thanksgiving weekend. Samuel knifing inside, another block. eBay got that one. Or I beg your pardon, Ridley. Now Ridley inside and one. And the big guy will go to the line. Cameron Ridley, the rejection, and he runs the court.
I love it. I love it when big guys run. I mean, he makes the defensive play on this end of the floor. And, Boog, you know this from covering the Big 12 the last 5 years. This is not a play Cameron Ridley would have made 2 years ago. I mean, he's dropped about 55 pounds. So he's not lightning quick in transition, but he's capable. And he runs as hard as he can there, and he's rewarded, the big fella is, with the bucket.
Yeah, that weight loss key to his improvement last season, where he went from about 16 minutes to about 27 minutes. Texas with 5 blocks in this game. Hamilton curling inside. Holmes hanging, had it partially deflected. Lambert inside. And now they go the other way. Sam Cassell Jr.
Nice kick.
Boatwright. And it's Texas ball to go the other way. Holmes wide open. And a rare miss. Back and forth we go. 4-point game. Well, neither team has shot lights out, but there's been some flow to this one, at least going end to end.
There's been moments of flow, but you can see UConn, the team that is content with kind of settling down and trying to work it around, forcing Texas to sit in their defensive stance and play solid for the entire possession. So nice job of UConn kind of dictating the flow of this game from fast to slow.
So Brimo will go to the line. And that foul on Kendall Yancey. On Cameron Ridley, I beg your pardon.
What a difference for UConn when they are able to penetrate in the middle of that zone. When you saw Daniel Hamilton come off that screen and able to get a lob to Amita Brima, and even there, just getting into the middle of the paint, it's forcing Texas's bigs to help up. And when you get a post defender to help up, you can throw the lob at the rim, or you can throw that nice little bounce pass that they did behind the zone, and you're able to get some action there in the paint.
Brima will grab a seat, 3-point game. Miles Turner, the freshman for Texas, into the game. Felix inside. The floater will go. Got that over 6'10", Philip Nolan. Yancey rips down the rebound. Yancey, unimpeded, lays it in. I mean, it was just like a wide open lane to the goal, and he took it. And timeout UConn. Found themselves down by 7. Got to stop Texas in transition.
It's got to be frustrating for Kevin Ollie, because that was, you know, Andy Katz talked about it. That was one of his main messages at the half, was defensive transition. Here in the second half, Texas is still doing the same things they were able to do in that first 20 minutes.
Hamilton leans in and hits. So Hamilton with 13. Turner faked the handoff. Jump hook is short. And the rebound pulled down by UConn. Boatwright, lightning quick, tried to feed inside, knocked out of bounds. And a timeout on the board. Well, Texas a little short-handed without...
Close to the coaching staff as possible, because although physically he's not going to be able to improve as a basketball player, Rick Barnes feels like mentally he can. He can become more in tune with that relationship we talked about between Kevin Ollie and Ryan Boatwright, the point guard and Rick Barnes being on the same page and being able to talk basketball while the game's going on.
So no Taylor. They got to spread out the scoring. 8 different Longhorns have scored in this one. Fight for the loose ball and inside. Good work. Kenton Facey so tough on the offensive glass. Let's go over to Andy.
Well, I talked to Taylor during warmups, and he was adamant that he will be ready for that Big 12 opener on January 3rd at Texas Tech. Rick Barnes, when I talked to him last night, agreed with that. So that sort of plays into the timetable of about a month. The key thing is he didn't need surgery, so he's got the old traditional cast on a hand. Seems like everyone gets surgery these days. He's actually just got the old school cast there. But they got a nice stretch coming up for Texas, because after this Kentucky game on the road next Friday, they're at home for the entire month, the rest of the month in December, before they go to Lubbock on January 3rd.
And again on the other side, Kevin Ollie without Rodney Purvis today, a high ankle sprain. And Juan Calhoun still nursing that knee injury. 3-point game. Texas on top. They have led most of the way. Turner looking to feed inside, and an offensive foul.
Turner struggled a little bit offensively this afternoon, and he wants to make plays. He's looking to be aggressive. It's a good thought here. He has the size advantage, but there's no one to pass to. UConn on that back line doing a good job of rotating, and Phil Nolan, what a valuable substitution he's been for Kevin Ollie defensively. He did a great job during their national championship run in the NCAA tournament of being probably their best defensive big down the stretch.
Yeah, started 5 of their 6 NCAA tournament games. Miles Turner sits, the freshman with 3 fouls for the Longhorns. Right, and a takeaway. Felix kicks up ahead, Yancey, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2. And they get Facey with that one. Getting Facey. And that is number 2 on Facey. And so it's Yancey at the line, the sophomore from Texas. He had to play a lot in their win over St. Francis, 34 minutes, because not only was Taylor out for that game, but also Javon Felix at 12 points. Got some basketball bloodlines. His brother, former Oklahoma State guard Terrell Harris. Texas 8 out of 10 from the line. UConn's 9 of 11, so both teams on the mark from the stripe. Seems like every time UConn gets close, Texas is able to open it back up to 5 or 7.
This zone has been pretty effective for Texas in the half court.
Cassell. He's been struggling with his shot. They like him as a shooter, just hasn't gotten results yet. Felix now. And a fight for the loose ball, as Holmes and Facey were wrestling for it. Texas possession. And the possession arrow says it belongs to Texas.
You know, for how much their size advantage has been a huge positive for them on the defensive end, I'm a little surprised that they haven't gone inside a little bit more on the offensive end. I know UConn double teamed early in their man-to-man, but a double team is a great opportunity to get numbers and give yourself an outside shot on the backside of your man-to-man offense. So I'm a little concerned for Texas to try and get Ridley on the block and see if they can force a double team and make a play. Make your size work both ways for you.
Transition the story in this one. A 19-4 fast break advantage for Texas.
But that's why that and/or on the flagrant run, it's excessive or unnecessary.
Yep.
So the referees deemed that unnecessary contact by Yancey.
Andy, what do you have?
Well, this was an issue down in the Bahamas with Joshua Smith of Georgetown. Obviously, he's a much different kind of player and immovable in the post. But John Thompson III was very concerned about the way this is being called, because Smith was called for 2 of these down there. One where you could argue maybe he was clearing space. The other one, which is kind of close to this one, where the player from Florida was really leaning on him. And JT3 told me, look, you got to be able to at least turn your body without being called for this. So it'll be interesting to see how this gets called going forward.
It's especially tricky, a bigger player on a smaller player, just trying to move the ball, because his elbows are going to be at another guy's head a lot of times. 3-point game, UConn with a chance to tie on this possession. Shot clock under 10. Hamilton to Boatwright from deep. And an offensive rebound. Oh, Samuel couldn't convert. But a foul inside. I mean, Samuel wide open and wasn't able to lay it in.
Ryan Boatwright takes that 3-point shot, and Samuel's able to catch a little bit of a crack on the back of that Texas zone, and the size gets there a little bit too late, and Brima alertly is able to be there for the offensive rebound. We talked at the top of the show of how undermanned UConn was in this game. No Purvis, Omar Calhoun is still out. 7 guys. I mean, Kevin Ollie's played in 8th with Lubin, but really 7 players. And it's remarkable the effort that they've put forth on the defensive end of the floor to have this a one-possession game. I mean, they've played really, really hard and been quicker to the ball than Texas in most of the night.
And there's Rodney Purvis out with a high ankle sprain, the NC State transfer. And a guy, we asked the question at the top, who gives them scoring besides Boatwright? Hamilton has been an answer today. Rodney Purvis is another one of the answers to that question. Yancey way short on that shot. UConn on the go. Boatwright, little Euro step and lays it in. Nice move, Ochan.
Great pressure defense here by UConn in the half court.
Malik's a good kick out. Yancey, a great look. UConn's last lead was 4-3. Hamilton, a three. And eventually it ends in the hands of Jonathan Holmes. They've not gotten Holmes involved offensively at times.
It's been hard. It's been hard. UConn has a lot to do with it, but the ball has to touch the paint at some point if you're Texas on the offensive end. You got to get it into the big guy right there, force a double team, and see if that can free something up.
Clock at 7. Yancey stumbles. And now Holmes putting it on the floor. Holmes flips it up. And he's fouled. Our under 12 timeout. Orlando. They were mentioning Duke. And the Blue Devils taking on Wisconsin. That should be a great one in the middle of the week. And then on Friday you got Kentucky and these Texas Longhorns. Holmes trying to give Texas the lead. The leaks on Boatwright as he hangs it hits.
As tough a guard as there is to stay in front of. With his explosiveness in the half court, he just blows right by Felix.
Boatwright's got 15. They get a foul. That'll be on Brima.
A great job just rejecting the screen there by Ryan Boatwright, and he's able to contort his body around the size of Cameron Ridley. How about this UConn effort so far? I mean, 30 minutes. And they have been outstanding on the defensive end of the floor. With the exception of their transition defense, it was loose in the first half. It was a little loose the first couple minutes of the second half. But they have locked down. And they have the Texas guards. They're backing up. I mean, they're playing a little tentative.
Ridley inside. And they get the foul on the big guy.
Second personal, 17.
That's a great job by Terrence Samuel. I mean, he knows he's outmanned. He doesn't have a shot to block that if Cameron Ridley's able to go up. So nice position defense there on the end out of bounds by Samuel to turn this basketball over.
UConn by a point. Boatwright pulls up. Hamilton, good hands. They knock it away from Holmes. A steal for UConn. Under 10 to go second half. They've had such a difficult time getting the ball into the post, and certainly difficult getting it deep into the paint. And again, UConn all game, they've run the shot clock down, trying to slow this pace down.
control the pace. If they have something, they've taken it. If not, they rely on this guy who's the best in this game at doing that, getting a shot at the end of the shot clock. He is fearless.
Preseason Player of the Year in the American. Ryan Boatwright with 17, and that leads all scorers. Holland not able to hit. Boatwright the other way. Cassell had it blocked. Score the goal. And all of a sudden, UConn by 5. Well, Ryan Boatwright has led the surge. Their only senior.
How do you handle pressure? How do you handle game pressure? But how do you handle the physicality that UConn has played with on the defensive end of the floor? Texas, your guards, you have to handle it and make plays in spite of it.
Good hands again. This half has been all about UConn's defense. 11 points in 11 minutes.
How to coach this team. First of all, they needed to be more physical. But second of all, he said we needed to simplify things on the offensive end of the floor.
Holmes got the seal, but they get the foul on Daniel Hamilton.
Foul number 5, Daniel Hamilton. Second personal, team foul number 6.
Holmes will try a 3 and hit. Man.
One player you can't lose, right? On an end out of bounds. The one player you cannot lose for Texas is Jonathan Holmes. He stays hot.
Out of bounds and stays with UConn. Holmes on the season, 12 for 17 from 3.
You just can't do it. I mean, if you have to make a choice there, if you're Sam Cassell Jr., you have to choose Holmes and force Lammert to take that shot. Always choose the better shooter if you have to make a choice.
Jonathan Holmes 3 of 4 from 3 today. Cassell the kick out. Shot clock winding down. Hamilton. Hamilton went down hard.
Some particularly on the offensive end. And he said, yeah, it is a little different. Last year I'm watching UConn win the national championship. Here I'm playing on the road against UConn. So how does Texas handle this without their leading scorer, Isaiah Taylor, down the stretch?
Yeah, no doubt this is a spot, this Final 8, where they really miss their top scorer and their lead guard. Leaks using the screen and then steps back. And that'll go out of bounds. It'll be UConn basketball. Huskies leading by being held to just 27% from the floor since the break by UConn. Cassell being pressured. Offensive glass as well. 10 offensive rebounds for Conneticut. That's been pretty crucial to them getting new possessions as they have continued to work the shot clock. Under 10 here. Boatwright left his feet. And now Cassell. Step back. Big offensive rebound by Basie. Boatwright on the baseline. Use the rim as a little protection there to reverse. He's got 19.
He's so quick. He's so quick. I mean, that's DeMarcus Holland, who is a fantastic individual defender, and he just gets beat on the little handoff there.
Hamilton got lost on the screen. Lammert with a putback opportunity, but missed. And then out of bounds as that was off Hamilton on the baseline.
Kenton Facey's stuck, and Ryan Boatwright does a great job of coming to the basketball as a point guard, and the help can't get there fast enough. This is where speed beats size. I mean, you can have a ton of size, but if the size can't get there, then they have no chance at affecting the play, and that's what happens on that one.
Turner had the ball in deep, had it knocked away. Boatwright speeding ahead, and he's back. Ryan Boatwright will go to the line to shoot two. He has really taken over this game in the second half. That foul on Lammert, his fourth.
Just collapsing on the Texas bigs whenever they get a touch on the block. And they have not handled that pressure well. There's a turnover there from Miles Turner. We see Cameron Ridley's going to come enter the ball game. He has looked a little bit out of rhythm on the offensive end of the floor this afternoon, but UConn so fast with their 2 and 3 defenders to the basketball when the bigs get a catch.
It really is amazing to watch the development of Ryan Boatwright. It was just 2 years ago when he really considered actually declaring for the NBA draft, when he probably wouldn't have gotten drafted, or maybe going to that second round that year that UConn was not eligible for the postseason. Decided to come back with Shabazz Napier. And then again last year, he easily could have left once Napier left. Decided to come back and really take over the reins of this program and be a leader. Wants to graduate, will graduate supposedly, and really shown his maturity over the last 4 years. It really is amazing to watch.
Yeah, he was upfront about the fact that he had pretty much made up his mind that he was going to go, but he wasn't going to get picked in a good spot, and so he elected to come back.
Well, these are the type of games that NBA scouts need to see from Ryan Boatwright.
Brima's foot. You could see Boatwright bouncing up and down, just trying to flex that ankle with the left ankle. Ridley 1 out of 2. Boatwright the rebound. 5-point game, under 6 to go. And a turnover. It'll go the other way for Texas. Sam Cassell Jr., the junior college transfer, transferring as a sophomore, so he's got 3 years of eligibility, including this one. And the guy, Kevin Ollie said, good player, just, again, it's a difference in level of competition. He's making that transition, playing at the highest level as he devoured junior college competition. And Felix with a carry. $11 turnovers after that one on Texas. Brima now backing down. Brima, left hand wouldn't go, and then a loose ball. And it belongs to the Longhorns. 5:10 to go now.
It is a fight for every rebound, isn't it? I mean, even the guys that aren't getting a finger on it, I mean, they are fighting down there. Facey and Holmes, what a battle at the position on the glass.
Texas has been great this year on the boards with its plus rebound advantage. Hasn't been the case today. Well, more basketball coming your way. The ACC Big Ten Challenge. It starts Tuesday, 7:30, a doubleheader. Syracuse and Michigan, and then it's Ohio State and Louisville. You can also catch it live on Watch ESPN. Tuesday night, ACC and the Big Ten. Last foul on Hamilton, his third. Yancey short with the free throw, and Hamilton the rebound. Timeout, Kevin Ollie. So UConn calls time.
The timeout. Let's see if he throws a wrinkle into something that Texas might not be prepared for.
Look at that. Texas against Boatwright. Texas up by 3 over the UConn guard. And here he is, weaving through traffic, and now a kick out. And again, they've done such a good job working the shot clock. Almost every shot that's not in transition, they take it under 10 to go on the clock. Boatwright back out, and his 3 wouldn't go. Rebound by Jonathan Holmes.
What a contest there by Cameron Ridley, the big fella.
Conneticut from 3, just 3 out of 15. The double comes against Holmes. He needs some help. And again, this pace is what UConn wants. Ridley. Tip inside. Holmes fighting for it. And they're going to go to the possession arrow. UConn basketball.
One-on-one in
Middle of his alma mater. Fun to watch.
I mean, they're down to 7 players, and you're thinking, gosh, you know, these guys from Texas are coming in. And I think one of Kevin Ollie's greatest strengths as a coach is his optimism. I mean, he believes, and that was all about yesterday, was getting his guys to believe that they were going to win this game and just instilling confidence. They love playing for him. They love playing for him. They play so hard defensively. This is a young group.
It's a team without a lot of depth when healthy. And now Purvis being injured makes it challenging. As Turner contests the shot, they go the other way. And a feed inside. Holmes. No call, out of bounds, UConn basketball.
I'll tell you, Yancey and Holland have really been affected by this UConn pressure. I mean, they've become more spectators on the offensive end, and when they have made an attacking dribble to the basket, it's been a turnover or it's been a lackluster play. I mean, they have to be able to be strong with the basketball and handle this type of pressure. You think the pressure's bad right now, wait till Lexington, Friday night.
They've had a couple of opportunities between the two of them inside. Another rejection there. Out of bounds, it'll be UConn basketball. Both Yancey and Holland have had opportunities in the mid-range area off a catch and the ability to shoot right away, have neglected to shoot.
Holland didn't even look at the basket there. You're right. I mean, he had a chance at the elbow there. He didn't even look at the basket. He reversed it to Yancey in the corner.
Texas averaging a little over 7 blocks a game coming in. They've got 7 today. UConn the basketball and leading by 5. High off the window, that one no good. And I think that they got Facey with an over-the-back foul. Indeed, they did. That'll be his 3rd.
Third personal, 19.
He lives and breathes every dribble, doesn't he? That's in practice too. I mean, he is out there. He is when they're on the defensive end, he's in a stance. He gets after it.
Turner 75% coming in. And gets the front end. So now Texas within 3. Tight one here in Storrs, Connecticut. In Orlando, they've gone to the half, and Michigan State leading Kansas by 1 in the championship game of the Orlando Classic. So a good one going on over on ESPN. Still to come following our game, number 1 Kentucky in action as they will take on Providence. This Friday it'll be Texas against number 1 Kentucky. Cassell now. And a fight for the loose ball. And a foul on UConn. UConn and Kevin Ollie's teams missed its last 6 shots. And a foul on Boatwright.
First personal, 10th team foul.
Boatwright running into Yancey there. I love that possession for Texas. You know, DeMarcus Holland is one of the great individual defenders in the Big 12, and he took the challenge in that possession to check Ryan Boatwright. He fell off of that ball screen, but he was active, and he made Ryan Boatwright earn it. And you can expect, if you're Texas, that the ball is going to be in Ryan Boatwright's hands for this last 2:08. So who is going to step up, and who is going to make it very difficult? And DeMarcus Holland is the guy for Texas. He's going to have to do it. Look at him already running up to him.
2 big free throws from Yancey. And indeed, it is Holland on Boatwright as he is off the ball with Cassell bringing it up. Under 2 to go, 1-point game, and a good one here at Campbell. Boatwright with a game-high 21. Cassell to step back. Can't hit. Cassell has had himself a difficult afternoon. 2 for 11 for the sophomore. Holmes a 3. Had a great look at it. Closing in at a minute to go. UConn has missed its last 7, and Kevin Ollie wants time.
Shoot, Cassell's taken the last couple shots. They were okay shots, but I think Daniel Hamilton's your best second option if they come with 2 players towards Boatwright.
It's Holland on Boatwright. But again, they continue to work the shot clock as they have all game. Prime of the screen, Boatwright through traffic, shot rejected. Fight for the loose ball, and they go possession arrow, and it's Texas basketball. We documented at the start of the broadcast Texas and the Longhorns' ability to block shots. A huge block right there. They got 8 of them today.
This is why their defense is elite, because if you make a mistake on the perimeter, it's 1, 2 guys that help get the block there. Miles Turner and Jonathan Holmes. What can Texas manufacture now against this half-court defense by Connecticut?
And Rick Barnes calls timeout. Mentioned 40 right now on ESPN News. Holmes popped out and now finds Felix. Shot clock at 10. Felix lost the handle, turned it over. Wow. A huge turnover.
Javon Felix was just trying to make something happen, and Terrence Samuel is a very good defender, individual defender for Connecticut. He usually comes off the bench. He got the start today, and looks like he tweaks his right ankle. We know his left foot has been hurt. He missed the last game because of that, but not a great possession after a timeout if you're Texas down 1. Got a foul here.
And they bump Boatwright. 81% for Ryan Boatwright. And down the stretch, no Isaiah Taylor. Obviously, every game a player as big as him is going to be crucial, but especially in these closely contested games, you need your guy.
Well, the thing that Rick Barnes said they would miss the most, and you would think maybe the speed, leading scorer, he averages 15 a game, he said his swag. He said his swagger, his confidence. When Isaiah Taylor's on the floor, everybody plays more confidently, so they're missing that piece more than anything in this road venue.
It is not apples to apples, but in terms of the ball being in his hands, he's their Boatwright. He's the guy down the stretch. The ball will be in his hands. He got 16 out of 19 from the free throw line. Felix back the other way. And Texas calls a timeout.
Catch the basketball and make those 2 pressure free throws.
Yeah, really anybody but him. They find him, and they don't foul. And now they do. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it's such a bad idea to maybe try and really force it to have somebody else in the strike.
And coming into the game, Daniel Hamilton shooting 50% from the free throw line. I don't know if Texas was trying to get a quick trap there and maybe force a steal. He's a hard guy to get a quick trap on because he can just beat it. He's a one-man press break.
A game-high 23 for the senior from Illinois. All right, now if he makes this, if you're Texas, you still go for your best quick look, or you're looking for a 3?
I think there's time to go for your best quick look if Felix really pushes it up and he feels like he has something.
Oh, he missed. So here we go. Holland now, clock winding down. Holmes, Felix, and Rick Barnes calls time with 4.4 to go. Oh, it got a little out of sorts right there. They inbounds. Cassell is on the ball. Let's see what it goes to. 4.4 left in this one. UConn by a deuce. Lambert, Holmes wide open for the win. Got it! And then a turnover. And that's that. Oh, my goodness. That was a pretty good look at it.